after 3 rounds. And on to Italy, to Monza, to one of the fastest circuits in the championship. The Italian Grand Prix has been held 38 times, 26 of them here at Monza, and it's over 145 kilometres, the 25 laps of the 5.8 kilometre circuit. Lap record last year, Mike Baldwin. Wayne Gardner just 2/10 faster than Lawson, with a nice margin, half a second to Tyra. And Eddie Lawson joined by his big, tall Japanese teammate. Look how tall and long-legged he is on bike number 21, Tadahiko Taira. And Gardner in the distance, Neil Mackenzie on 11, and closer is Pier Francesco Chili on 10, similar coloured bike. All in readiness. Neil Mackenzie. And away they go. And as ever, it's a great start by Ron Haslam, followed by Eddie Lawson, Randy Mamola. So Wayne Gardner doesn't jump too well. Saron, Neil Mackenzie there, well placed ahead of Gardner and Keeley. Haslam, Lawson, Keeley, Gardner, Saron, Mamola. And then Lawson leads Haslam. Keeley, Gardner moving up there, 4th place, and Christian Saron. And this again is a very adventurous circuit. They're going so fast most of the time that any inaccuracy extrapolates to a real problem and way offline and perhaps big trouble, as Haslam heads a furious bunch of 5 bikes, with Lawson making a bit of a break. Coming down, and this is where they have to brake very, very hard indeed, and he's squeezing everything out of the Yamahas. Gardner's 2nd and Haslam's 3rd. And it's Keeley and McElnay in behind. Keeley right onto Haslam, McElnay a bit of a break behind. McElnay 5, trying to get around Ron Haslam. Braking in front, and he does. He ranges around the outside with Keeley in front and Saron tucking in behind. Curva Grande, the Monza Autodromo, a circuit that's been used for more than 60 years for car and motorcycle racing. 3rd place, Keeley, but Haslam just lurking in front. 5 abreast, Saron, Rob McElnay and Mamola. But at the chicane, Gardner's getting to grips with Lawson as Saron dominates now. This pack snarling away in 3rd place. 6, 7, 8 of them, 9 of them. So close. Leading pair, 2nd and a half in front of Saron. McElnay holding out Mamola, 5th place for number 3. Round the back section of this packed circuit. Gardner nailed to the back end of the Yamaha, and Saron trying to break away a little bit from McElnay and from Mamola. Lurking right out and up on the ripple strip was Keeley. Gardner now trying to outbreak Lawson, and he hits the lead. So Wayne Gardner takes the lead in the Italian Grand Prix. And Eddie Lawson glues himself in behind in the slipstream, and Saron looks back to see what's happening with Rob McElnay and Ron Haslam. And the whole stream of people that are being pulled along behind him. And Lawson looks down the inside of Gardner, but doesn't go. But Mamola thinks of going from 5th place. He on bike number 3. But that's where he still is. Ron Haslam leads the next pack, 5 of them. He's in 6th. Gardner Lawson from Saron 3rd. 4th is Mamola 5th. Right on his hammer, Rob McElnay. Sixth, Ron Haslam still. This is the second battle in this race. It's a battle for the lead. Gardner and Lawson. This battle, Mamola, Haslam, McElnay, then a third battle. Tremendous racing, scraps going on all through the field. Here you see three of the battles, Saron, Mamola, McElnay, and Haslam. And five in that battle, with Keeley bringing up the tail end with Raymond Roche in front of him on number 8. Also in there, Neil Mackenzie. So 5 bikes, 5th, 6th place, 7 for Tyra. And the leading pair, Gardner, Lawson. Battle number 2, Mamola's in 3rd place, Saron 4th, McElnay 5th. Then the third battle, Haslam, Mackenzie, Tyra, Roche on number 8, the Kajiva. Surely if he goes well anywhere, he'd have to go well. He'd try to go well in front of his home crowd in Italy, here at Monza, at motor racing headquarters in Italy. And Mamola slides it, monos it, and slides it again on the Yamaha in 3rd place. So aggressive on the motorbike. And Gardner starts making a break on Lawson. Have a look again. Randy Mamola, the tail starts to slide out. He picks it up and he hauls back on the bars and he gives it power. It puts the front wheel down and then he goes slide correct a couple of times, and he's as happy as a sandboy. Gardner leads Lawson, and Mamola's 3rd, and right in behind him, barely visible, is Saron. And Rob McElnay 5. Leading 5 placings. 6th place, Tyra breaking away on 21, trying to catch the bunch in front, trying to catch Rob McElnay, his Marlboro Yamaha teammate. And Saron lurks around the outside of Randy Mamola. He takes 3rd. Like number 6, the former World 350 champion. Gardner leads and builds his lead. And Lawson can't hang on, and Mamola comes back, tries to at Saron, and does eventually, and McElnay watches. Mamola covers the inside here as we see a replay of the approach to the Curva Grande at the end of the back section that brings them out onto the front straight to the pit area, to the start-finish line, and Saron just sweeps across the front of him, cranking the bike over early and very hard, a long way over, and if Mamola hadn't got out of the way of that, he'd have been swept up with the debris. Mamola, McElnay, Saron, Tyra getting closer still. Haslam, can he get up there with them too? And then another bunch. Keeley on 10 in front of Mackenzie on 11. V3 Honda leads V4. Raymond Roche, Kajiva follows behind. Now down off the front straight. First of the chicanes. 3rd place is number 3. 4th place is number 6. 5th, 5. Mamola, Saron, McElnay. And Gardner on 2 doing a great job out in front. And there he has to grab the bull by the horns and he puts it right under control, as well as having fastest lap. And Randy Mamola back in 3rd place on number 3. Pulls away a little bit from Rob McElnay, now 4th on 5. Saron 5th. Tyra reining them in on 21, he's 6th. Off down that long front straight, peeling slightly right, then brake hard for this chicane, with Mamola breaking away just a little bit from this clash. Saron, McElnay, and getting now very, very close to them indeed is Tadahiko Tyra. That shows us he's even closer, in fact, than the gap shown there, 1.1 seconds. And Eddie Lawson. Out on his own, nobody to talk to. And this is the way he's doing it. A long, lanky champion. It's won at Daytona. It's won Superbike championships in America. He's the reigning champion, the man to beat in 1987. A real stylist, beautifully smooth. And Mamola leads McElnay Tyrers up in front of Saron now, and Haslam's away, trying to join that bunch. And then we've got Keeley and Raymond Roche in close company. They're in 9th and 10th place. Right out onto the curbing. Keeley again, leading Roche through with him in this back section of the Monza Autodromo circuit. Heavy braking here, one of the slowest corners of the circuit. Keeley peels off in front of Roche. And again, a straight, tucked down, tight, full whack, up through the gears, up to 6th. Neil Mackenzie tucked in behind them. And meantime, in the second fight in the race, Mamola being reined in by McElnay Tyra and Saron, and Haslam getting up with them, perhaps to make it a 5-way battle. Slipstreaming on the main straight. Keeley towing along Roche and Mackenzie following. And they down at the chicane. Battling and in such close company, you'd think they were arguing over the lead instead of the minor placings. And Keeley again on his home track, wondering what was going on behind, and Raymond Roche soon let him see. The stocky Frenchman, former world endurance champion. And Roche down the inside takes him, and Schwanz is joining the bunch on 34, the Suzuki. Already picked up one position, goes for Keeley. He's past Mackenzie. Mackenzie on 11, Keeley on 10. Roche sandwiched between them on 34, the Suzuki. Good performance on a bike that's done very little work by comparison with these well-developed Hondas and Yamahas. And this, the battle for 3rd place, with Tyra coming up to 4th place, McElnay back to 5th. And then 7th, 8th is round the outside goes Kevin Schwanz in a brilliant bit of riding round Raymond Roche. Keeley watches and Mackenzie's amazed. And Tyra and McElnay argue over 4th place. As Mamola consolidates in 3rd, and it's McElnay up to 4th, and it's Tyra 5th, and it's Saron 6th. Bit of a mono there for McElnay on 5. Haslam looking at them, trying to work out how to get up and into this scrap. And then down the front straight they come, fanning out and fanning in as they chase Schwanz, Roche, Keeley and Mackenzie on 4 different machines. Suzuki, Cagiva, V4 Honda and V3 Honda. Cagiva leads, Suzuki follows, and the 2 Hondas follow then. And again, Schwanz dives down the inside where there was no room, and he just demands it by putting himself in there and barging his way through. And Keeley makes good use of it too, and picks up a place and takes Roche. Schwanz, Keeley, Roche, back one. Mackenzie. Watching, not exactly in amazement, because Mackenzie's been in the 250 class, where this thing's sort of business is standard. But have a look at this, for diving into a spot where there wasn't a spot at all. Schwanz, the 2nd time in the race, not only audacious enough to do it, but smart enough to pull it off. Boy, that's close company. And up the back straight, Keeley tucked in behind him, and Raymond Roche is third in that bunch. And fourth in the bunch is Mackenzie. Mamola, mostly in command of third place, as all sorts of fighting and squabbling and place changing goes on behind him. The two Marlborough bikes, the Gauloise bike. Mostly Mamola hanging on to third as he gets rough and untidy there as he laps a bike, with the hot pack on his heels. And now Haslam almost part of the bunch, and further back Schwanz, Keeley, Suzuki, V3, Honda. And here it's Yamaha, 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 with Honda the only outsider, if you like, in that bunch of five. That's Ron Haslam at the tail. Now Haslam looking to come forward, one on Saron, and Tyra wanting McElnay, got him. He's fourth. Fifth McElnay, sixth Haslam, and further back it's Schwanz and Keeley. From Roche, splitting up a little bit, Neil Mackenzie losing the tag. Schwanz is 8th, Keeley 9th, 10th Roche, number 8, 11th, number 11, Mackenzie. Keeley not quite through on the Suzuki, but looking and very interested to get by. And Saron back past Haslam in this second scrap. I suppose it's now the lead scrap. And McElnay, and it's so busy behind as McElnay holds out Tyra. Saron and Haslam are side by side and sorted out with Saron in front of Haslam. Third, fourth, fifth, sixth and seventh place. Unbelievably close and quite unresolved. Absolute chain of bikes. 4 Yamahas and a Honda. And Schwanz and Keeley and Roche and Mackenzie watching, losing a little bit of ground to the bunch. 8th place back. These 3rd place back. Haslam tail of the bunch. And off into the dirt there went Tyra. So he lost a lot of ground in the bunch. And so it's Rob McElnay now who gets up to attack Randy Mamola. There's a lap rider in with them, and it's Saron in front of Ron Haslam. Tyra dropping out, going wide and onto the grass there. Covers the problem. There he is. Lucky still to be upright. Mamola, McElnay. McElnay gets a tow from Mamola. Brilliant racing in this Italian Grand Prix. The 38th. Only one other track's had more GPs in the World Motorcycle Championship racing than Monza. And no crowd is keener than the Italians at this circuit near Milan. Having a ball on his last lap. A lap record in his keeping. A lap record for him at Jerez, a lap record for him at Hockenheim, now at Monza. Fastest lap in the wet race at Suzuka in Japan was Randy Mamola. Bruno Neubauer was rocketing round towards the finishing line. Checkered flag waiting for him for his 5th 500cc Grand Prix win is Wayne Gardner. In the race in which he scored no points last year after being hit on the start line in a push start, which are no longer used for these championship races. And Eddie Lawson out on his own, comes home in 2nd place. And Randy Mamola is in there after laying tyre marks over Rob McElnay, and McElnay fending him off and staying up and rushing to the finishing line now in a battle with Christian Saron, which he doesn't quite win. So it's Saron third, it's McElnay fourth, again denied a rostrum finish. And Haslam and Tyra fifth and sixth. And then Keeley with Randy Mamola now dispatched. Keeley and Schwanz race to the line to chase 7th and 8th place, and it's Keeley who takes the premier position. Schwanz takes 8th. And they extricate Randy Mamola from the straw bales. And Wayne Gardner tells Ron Haslam that his nose has been bleeding for the first third of the race, about the first 10 laps, swirling around inside his helmet until finally it stopped bleeding and the blood dried, and Randy Mamola gets a pillion ride back to the pits. So an even more impressive win for Wayne Gardner. His 5th Grand Prix victory. And a hard-earned one indeed. A very nice margin, 15.6 seconds. Another 16.8 back to 3rd place, and then that gaggle of bikes, Saron, McElnay, giving us the point score, 4 points ahead for Gardner over Lawson, the defending champion, who moves up into 2nd place. Haslam and Mamola